Good morning, everyone. Happy day 4 of the Mindful Morning Challenge. Thursday. Today is about guidance, and it's going to be really, really exciting. Some of you may know about what we're going to talk about, the Akashic Records. Some of you might not. I asked you guys this last week. Good morning, Katie. Good morning, Sarah. So we're going to do a little journey this morning into our, we're not going to go really deep. I just want to show you guys another option you have when you're not able to figure stuff, when you're still confused or uncertain. So hello, Darla. Good morning, ladies. I'm so happy to see you. How has the week been so far for you guys? Let me know how yesterday went. Let me know how, were you able to notice when you were starting to feel low or down, or did you notice that you started to feel funky and then you shifted? Good morning, Hope. Lovely to see your face this morning. But where are you guys at with the awareness? That's really all it matters. Nothing else matters. Good morning, Paula. I'm clearing the energy here with some Palo Santo so we can really get going here. So let me know how yesterday went. I want to know how, if you were able to specifically notice when you started to feel a certain way and then you checked in with your thoughts and you shifted them. Let me know if that's something that you are able to do so far. If you've noticed that, if you've noticed how shifting your thoughts it helps you go up. What did you see? And also the emotional scale, I posted it yesterday. And that's something that I literally live my life by. If I'm feeling a certain way, I go to that vibrational scale and I see what the next best feeling emotion is, and I try to get there. And so the reason why that's been so, or why this is a way to connect with your light, if you guys haven't noticed, your light means truth. Your light means your, truest essence. It means your the light in your life, right? The energy, all of that, like reconnecting with your soul, with your authenticity. That is what this week is about. And so, okay, good. It's been a great week. Awesome. It's been a great week for me too. It's been a great week for me to pay attention to how my energy is. That is what this week has done. I had to cancel last night, the new moon thing, because I was tired. I was tired. I was tired. I was just mentally drained because I have other things that I'm doing during my day. And it's mentally, it's just a lot. And so that is why mindful mornings are a permanent part of my life. And if you haven't caught on by now, the mindful morning, it's to help you guys stay mindful throughout your day. And this is what is going to lead you to, and so most of you are already, all of us are already living in our purpose. If I just want to be frank here, Darla, as you'd say, just to be blunt, we are all living in our purpose. We are every single day. We have been. And so I think for when you know what and it's really not like it's not like you have this, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So how did you feel yesterday? I want to know what is one thing that you guys figured out yesterday of what helps you feel better. When you're feeling low, what is it that you do and it puts you back on your game? Okay, so that was what intuition was about yesterday. So let me know just whenever, if you want to, or if you don't want to write it, whatever, just something that you did yesterday that excited you or that you hadn't done in a while, or anything that came up when you were journaling or whatever it is, just any type of breakthrough this week or any type of something that's different or you've noticed, okay? Or maybe, have you been in your thoughts more? Like whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Like just it's information that is there to help you. So who knows about the Akashic Records? Who's heard about that before? I would like to hear. I know there's a couple of you that have. I know some haven't. And then we're going to talk about the Akashic Records really quickly. Spent time with my kiddo. Yes. Perfect. That always puts me in a better mood. Always. Matter of fact, I couldn't wait for Izzy to get home yesterday. I couldn't wait for her to get home because their energy is so innocent, especially when Izzy's 9 and they have this, this free energy that doesn't, except for when she won't clean her room. Singing is always my number one thing to raise my day. Oh, I love that. Meditation journaling. Good. Awesome. 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 Good morning, Jennifer, if you're still on here. Awesome. Yes, singing. Singing is, and I love to hear it that you sing, because singing is something this week that singing will help you speak your truth. It will. It works your vocal, it works your throat chakra. And so, yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to go and we're going to talk a little bit about the Akashic Records. Let me know if anybody has heard of them. If not, then it's completely fine or soul book. So like the Akashic Records, soul book, book of life, whatever it is that you want to call it. But it's like a library of everything that our soul has ever been through. Everything is in the Akashic Records, and it's on like, so we're on 3D, right? And we can go up to 5D, which those are like the dimensions. The Akashic Records are actually on 11D for anybody that knows like about the dimensions and about all that. Like that's how high up they are. So I'm actually taking like a training right now to be able to do this in my coaching, to be able to do like past life work and Akashic Records work. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about what it is. And so I think of the Akashic Records as the soul's spiritual practice of knowing. That's really what it is. It's a place of it's like a place of knowing is what it is, of knowing everything about. Let me get this here. And so knowing is the process of becoming aware of what you know, because knowing speaks from the soul and the infinite and the eternal, through body, mind, and heart. Okay. So it's like that knowing so when I had my awakening, I all of a sudden just started to have this inner knowing, or I started to question my beliefs, and it's like, what do I like? It's hard to explain like what it feels like, but yeah. So hold on, let me get to this. So what brought this on was actually when Katie was talking about her goals last week, or what was it? Yeah, it was last week, I think. When she was talking about her goals last week, and afterwards I was like, I don't know why I didn't tell you or mention to go into the Akashic Records, because it's something that I was introduced to by Emily Aarons. She is an amazing energy healer who I first started working with. Hold on, guys, sorry. I'm trying to like really bring this down so it's not so complicating, because it really can sometimes. And the Akashic Records is like pure energy. It's pure energy. It's like the purest form. It's energy before it becomes anything. That's a really good way of that I've been taught it right now with this girl that I'm working with now. She talks about how it's the energy, like the purest form, before something is like a table or chair, right? Before it's even a thought, right? You have this pure form of energy. And again, we can get into deep stuff here, but I am a spiritual life coach. And so spiritual practices are my thing. And it's like, it's getting information on the level of, the quantum field. That's what we're working with. And so the flow of energy comes to each person differently, right? Depending on intention, expectation, and need. So most often the flow of energy feels like a conversation with a person. So in the Akashic Records, these people are called the masters, teachers, loved ones, and surround the soul point. So it does not matter exactly who the others are, because these guides, our spirit guides, these keepers, are drawn forward by the individual in the moment of expressing intent. And so if you have people that you work with, so this is for anybody, and again, I'm going to try to keep this really basic level, because it is a lot to wrap your mind around if you've never really done any work in this. Okay. It's whoever you call on for support, right? So today is about guidance, and guidance is, and meaning how that is one of the 5 and most important things you must create a ritual or practice around, and feel comfortable and build a relationship with your higher self, with your higher power, with your guides, with whoever it is that you call upon for guidance, because we are humans with egos, right? So we do have moments of confusion, and we need clarity, and we don't, because, we have so many judgments and insecurities and past experiences and everything that we're filtering things through. So sometimes, like Katie, for example, you were like, I don't know where to start with my goals. Like, I don't know what to do. And that's because your human side, gives you all of this, you have all these attachments to things. And so you're not clear. And so that's where guidance has to come in. That's where, I'm a guide, right? You guys are a guide to people in your life. And so, teachers and therapists and all those, they're guides. But then I always say, like for today's training, I say we have a human support team. We have to have one, and we have to have a spirit support team. Like we have to have that, and it could just be a loved one. I call on my dad and my Aunt Juanita a lot. Like those are my 2, and Daniel comes in sometimes. Sometimes I will use him if it has anything to do with my kids, but, and that's my ex that passed away like 4 years ago. But so it's really just knowing that you have that support. At the end of the day, that's all that this is about. It's about feeling supported. And it doesn't matter if it is you sitting down and praying to God, or whatever, right? Or it's you sitting and, doing this little soul journey we're going to do here. I'm really literally just going to guide you guys to opening up going into where the Akashic, like what we do, and then or how to access them. But then during the week, or probably in the next couple weeks, we'll do like a actual, like Akashic Records, session in the group. Okay. Because this is about, there's so much you can do in the Akashic Records. It's about seeking guidance for healing, for, also setting your goals and knowing what your next step in life is, and what, it's really for you. Like this takes a very deep level of detachment, of detaching from everything. I mean, you literally have to step into your soul time. It's literally your soul time. And so, okay, so let's go ahead. Let me know if you have any questions about that, or if you're not completely understanding anything that I'm saying, because I know I'm just kind of like rambling with all of this. But guidance is, if you don't have guidance, let's just put it this way. If you're not comfortable seeking guidance from anyone, so if I used to be like, I don't have to ask anybody anything, like I know everything. I don't need help with anything, right? Or whatever, like back in the day, I remember being like that. And I hated asking for help. And if you can't ask for help, you're not going to get it takes a village, right, Darla? It takes a village to get to where we want to go. We have to allow and support to come in and receive. We have to be open to receive. And so yesterday, yes, intuition is your guide. Okay. That is a guide. That is definitely your guidance system, your inner guidance system. But then there is another level of support that you can sit and answers will just come to you sometimes, right? Clarity will just form because you are going above this 3D level that we're on. And then your support, if you have to have support, Katie, I'm sure that's what you ask in your sessions of like, who is it that you can call on for support in your family? Because if someone doesn't have support, and especially with me, and I see in like with other people I'm helping with like addiction and stuff, if there is no support or nobody to show them how life is without drugs or, what it's like, then they really, it's pretty high chance of relapsing. And so using the Akashic Records as healing, they're always in balance. They're always aware, like the Akashic Records are always in balance. They're always aware where balance is and respond to you within an awareness of your balance. Therefore, balance is not something that needs to be created. Balance always is. And so healing is balance. And I love that. I read that last night and I'm like, that's exactly what we're trying to do, right? Is balance everything out. So, okay. So go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to go ahead and just do this. And I want to go ahead, just go ahead, just close your eyes, get grounded. If you need to grab a crystal, grab a crystal. Let me see what time it is before we get started. Okay, cool. And then if you guys don't have any questions or anything, okay, yeah, just grab a crystal. I'm going to go ahead and get to here because this is not gonna, let's see. Okay, so go ahead and just take a deep breath in. And then release. Go ahead and just breathe again. Breathe in really, really, really deep. Like the deepest breath you've taken this morning. And then just start detaching from, like, close your eyes. I'll take you down just to kind of relax you a little bit. Just seeing that white light above your head. And then as it moves down your face and you relax your muscles, your cheeks, your jaw, down to your neck, down to your shoulders, just letting go of expectations of what this is about. And just be. You're just here to receive, being open to receive. And then that white light goes down your arms, to your fingertips, down to your chest, to your back, down your stomach. And then down to your thighs, your knees, and your calves. And then we're going to ground, just feeling your feet on the ground, grounding our energy. We want to stay, anytime we are going to go into the records or into our soul book, we want to be grounded. So go ahead and ground those tree roots going out of the bottom of your feet into the earth and just anchoring you there. And then as you take a deep breath in, I want you to go ahead and pull energy up from the earth and just I want to make sure first that your awareness, so bring your awareness into your breath. So let's go back there for a second, just focusing on your breath. So take a deep breath in. And then out, and just detaching from everything outside of you. Any thoughts, what you were just doing before you got on here, just let that go. Anchor into your breath again, just focusing on my voice or focusing on your breath or focusing on your crystal. And then every time your mind wanders, you just want to come back to whatever your object of attention is. And so it could be what I just said, your breath, my voice, a crystal, but just make sure before we go into this, you have that that anchor to always bring you back to the present moment. That is what we're doing. We're coming back to the present moment. And then as you breathe in, and that white light, we'll just bring white light up to we'll go ahead and clear our chakras as we go up to open up the Akashic Records. So just clearing out the root chakra, letting go of fear. This will also help raise your vibration. If you ever want to really raise your vibration, just start going through your chakras. And so see that red ball of light, let go of fear, embrace trust and surrender and letting go of control and just trusting that you're supported in this journey. Moving up to the sacral, letting go of the shame of any, like also past lives, you have shame from past lives and guilt. So keeping that in mind, that if you have this guilt and this shame that just won't go away, more than likely it is possibly from a past life, or maybe not even yours, or it's something that will figure out that this is a tool you can use. And so just clearing, balancing, and aligning the root and the sacral, letting go of the shame and the guilt for right now, anything that's keeping you from your flow. And so moving up to the solar plexus, clearing, balancing, aligning, letting go of doubt to embrace self-trust and self-belief. And so believing that you are capable of doing this work and you're capable of receiving the answers from a place that's, you already know your answers, but somebody that's going to remind you, but from a place that is on a higher dimension than what we're at right now. And then moving up to the heart chakra, clearing, balancing, aligning, letting go of grief and loss and resentment. And so then just going up to the throat chakra, letting go of dishonesty, letting go of any type of miscommunication. And then going up to the third eye, clearing, balancing, and aligning your third eye, letting go of the illusions. Setting the intention, or actually going to the crown, clearing the crown, letting go of the separation, embracing connection. But now setting the intention of setting the intention to go into this just to explore. And I want you guys to think of a question before we go into them. So think of a question of like, what is your next step in your life? If that's what you're wondering, what is your next, which goal should you focus on, or what goal should you start taking action on? Maybe, or ask like, what was one of my past lives? Whatever it is, like have a question in your mind of what it is, that you want to receive in this while we're in these records. Ooh, I can feel energy. Good job, guys. And just say, I gather my energy and awareness into this present moment. Let's set that intention of gathering our energy and awareness in this present moment. And I let go of my expectations, presumptions, and judgments. I let go of blame and fear. I let go of my stories that no longer serve me. I let go of stories that, or if drugs or alcohol or other stimulants are a problem for me, I will not consume those 12 hours before going into the Akashic Records. And I say this because when you go into the Akashic Records, it's almost like when you're like working with with spirit. So you never want to be your mind altered. I just want to make sure to say that. And then I identify what I want to ask. So like we just identified what we want to ask in the Akashic Records. So what is my next step in my business? And kind of being specific instead of just saying, what is my next step? Be like, what is my next step in my business? What is my next step in my relationship? What is my next step in XYZ, right? I focus my entire self on receiving everything that is for me and is for my healing and what I'm supposed to receive in this moment from the Akashic Records. I listen with my heart. I open the Akashic Records for myself only, and I will not open the Akashic Records for another person or entity. So this is just you opening them by yourself. And I agree to be honest I maintain integrity with myself. And just continue, just stay up in that vibration right there. Okay, so go ahead, and as we're up here now, just I want you to just visualize as we're moving up these steps. This is what I like to do. So we're going to go up these 10 steps, and there's a temple. And it can be a cave if you want it to be, whatever it is. Just what does your sacred space look like? This library. Maybe it's just a library. To me, it's a library and a temple. And we're going to go up the stairs. So we're going up step 1 as we release more fear. Step 2 as we release more shame. Step 3 as we release more doubt and we embrace more belief. Step 4, we embrace unconditional love. Step 5, we embrace that honesty, integrity. And then step 6, embracing that the intuition, our intuitive gifts, but also embracing the fact that we do have gifts. We are gifted, and we are able to be doing this. And then up to 7, where you're connected. And then 8, you trust yourself, you trust your guides. And then 9, just letting go of any of the other expectations. And then 10, we are now at the door of the Akashic Records. And you can think of it as a hallway. It's like a hallway with a bunch of doors. And at this door, before we open it, we're not going to open it yet, but at this door, there's a guide. And so whoever it is, I see, my dad is there right now for me. So who is it? Who is it that, it could be a goddess. It could be your spirit guide that you work with all the time. I have a spirit guide named Ashley that I work with a lot too. And so whoever that person is, that in spirit form for you, or it could just be a guide. It could just be a maid that you're looking at right now because you don't really know what you're doing yet. So let's just go ahead and open that door, and it can be any color. It could be, whatever color comes to mind, but hold on to that because that's information. However you see this, that's information. And so then we'll open the door and just visualize seeing this hallway of all these doors. I see books on the wall, but there's certain doors that'll take you into different subjects in your life and different things. So there's a door for healing, there's a door for manifesting, there's a door for past lives, there's a door for, goal setting. There's all types of doors, whatever type of doors you want to have in there. And so as we walk down the hall with our guide, following them, they lead us to this book. And it's in the library, how they have the books on the little, or a podium. And so in this book lies all the answers. All answers. And so I want you to ask your guide, whatever your question was before we came up here. Just ask them, what is my next step in my business? What is my next step to reach more people with my work? Or what's my next step in my relationship? Or what is it that I need to do within myself to attract my soulmate? I don't know why that just came up to me, but it did. And so then just breathe in, just continue breathing. This is also a good time to, because you can always pause. We can pause this. You could have I have a journal beside me usually, and if I get answers of any sort, I'll write them down. Again, we're doing this very quickly, so you might not get anything, but it's just to listen for whatever you hear or see, or any symbols or memories that come up. Any type of information is information that can help you with getting clarity. So just even looking around the library, maybe there's other things that come up, and we'll get ready to leave here because I know we gotta get out of there. But just Oh, seeing this book, that's the important part for now, to know that you have access to this. And then when you're in a deeper meditation and you can get really deep is when it's really, really fun. Let's ask, I'd like to ask, like, what is it? How can we have the best day today? How can I have the best day today? What is it that I need to think about? What is it? Where should I direct my focus? That's another one I like to ask. Where should I direct my focus to feel the best that I feel all day long? And I hear forward. That's what I hear. That's the information that I get. And so I would write that down. And so let's just go ahead and we'll say goodbye to our guide as we start to walk back down the hallway. He shuts the book, or she or your guide shuts the book. They tell you that you're welcome here anytime. This is accessible to you anytime that you need it, and they look forward to working with you more. And just really creating this experience in the Akashic Records. So as you're moving back down, you move down the hallway, you walk back down the hallway, you close the door behind you, you go down the first step. So we're on step 9. As you start to come back into the space, you go down to step 8. Take a deep breath in as you just received healing work, even if you don't realize it, but you did. You just received some healing from the Akashic Records. Going down to 7, down to 6, down to 5. Just feeling the clothes, feeling your clothes getting back into your body, back into the space, back into this room. Step 4, step 3, down to 2, and then down to step 1, and just open your eyes. And then go ahead, as you open your eyes, just create that shield around you. I don't want to go in the rest of the day without shielding our energy. And so let me know what you think about that. Let me know. Of course, we're going to go deeper, and you guys might not have felt anything right there. That might have been, let me know if that was how that was for you. What are your thoughts? It's all information. And it is, once you guys do it, I do this every day. So again, it's a muscle. It is not something that just you do it every day. And then, like that last question I asked about, what is it I need to put my focus on? Where does my focus need to be today? And I instantly heard on forward. So basically for me, that felt like whatever it is I am doing in the moment, that is what I focus on. Because you guys know that I'm working, right, for RCI. And so yesterday it was draining because I couldn't focus on what I was doing. I wanted to be working in the challenge so much, but I couldn't. And so let me know what you thought about that. Felt a lot in my heart chakra. Awesome. That's where I felt a lot in my heart, not this time, but last week I was having, like, literally my heart felt like it was being tugged on when I was doing work in the records. And so that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like these sessions go like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Like it's not a quick in and out like that usually, but I can do that now. I can go in and out pretty quickly, but again, it's you have to get, it's good morning, Jennifer. Good morning. I love it that you're here, but we're getting ready to get off of here. But what that is, it is you opening up, and this is what the energy work is for. This is what we opened our meridians, right? How relaxed do you feel at this point, right? Like that is healing energy that you are in when you get into your records, when you get into your soul book. And then the more that you play around with it, right? And just do exactly what I did here is we just relaxed, right? The more you relax, the higher you can go, letting go of those things that are holding you down, right? That are keeping you in low vibes. That's what it is. And then eventually you realize nothing anyone says about me or says to me even matters. Like, why did I ever place so much importance on what other people say to me or about me? Because it has nothing to do. Because here's another thing. You're going to learn your purpose up there as well. Like, you will learn more about, and I don't really like to call it your purpose, but it's your mission, but it's like how to do it now instead of thinking about it. What is it I can do to bring more love into this world? That's really what our purpose is, right? To bring more unconditional love into everybody's lives and help everybody raise their vibration to where we're all like vibrating. Could you imagine if we were on like 5D or 11D and everybody, like, it's just pure love, right? It's pure unconditional love. That is what is flowing through us. That is what, when you tap into that love, answers just start flowing into you, literally. So that was a really, really, really super like lightning fast into the Akashic records. But it's a hallway for me. It looks like a temple because I've worked with Rebecca Campbell so much, because we actually go in through our heart, Rachel. So that is very interesting that you said that. We go in through our heart typically when we do soul journeys and stuff with Rebecca Campbell. I've shared some of her stuff here, but that is the portal to her soul, is her heart. And even my coach, Megan, right now, I have an intuitive mentor coach. I'm actually in an academy that I'm learning how to do deeper work, that's one of the things but she uses her heart as well. So that is not, it is that our heart is literally like our brain to everything. It's like, to our, I feel like the heart is our brain with, like our spiritual brain, right? And even when people get heart transplants, right, they get their memories, whoever's that heart was before, they get like, the heart is just fascinating. It is so fascinating. So let me know how everyone else feels. Again, that's just a quick introduction, but the more that you do it, and I can promise you this, because this is what I do, the more that you do it, the more you're going to want to find out more information. Once you guys learn, so yesterday I talked about the clairs a little bit, right? We didn't really go a lot into that, but that is how you receive intuitive information. Some people, it is clairvoyance. They see things. I don't. I feel things, right? I'm more clairsentience. I feel, I'm more empathic or whatever. I feel the emotions. And that is how things come in. Or maybe you hear things. Maybe you, maybe you taste. I know somebody that has the taste. They taste things. Also the smell, like some people have certain smells that come in, whenever they're in the records or whenever they're like, yeah, and that's how they take in information. So if you're not seeing anything, okay, that is not like Darla, your visualization is not your gift. That's okay. It's not, I can visualize now because I've been working it so much, but that wasn't anything I could do either. I don't hear, right? I don't hear, I feel. And then I have an inner knowing. That is how my gifts are. And I've just strengthened those. So I want to hear, like, what do you think your gift is? Like, how do you think you receive intuitive information best? Because that is what you should focus on. Right. And also, okay, why do you guys think we started with belief on Monday? If you don't believe in this, if you don't believe that, I mean, this is why I don't have this group open to everybody. This is a private group for a reason, because it takes specific people to be able to do this work and truly know that it is doing something for the world. Like, we have to come together because, all of the skepticism and stuff. And I don't want any of that in this group, because we're here to do very important work, and the Akashic Records is real. I really suggest you guys like looking it up, research the Akashic Records today. Like, don't just take my word for it. I want you guys to, don't believe me, go find out for yourself. Like, what is this? What are soul books? What are the Akashic Records? How do I get in there? What are they for? All of this stuff. And then, so Rachel, clairvoyant. You feel, yep, I feel as well. And I have, oh, Rachel, yes. Okay, yeah, you're very good with visualizing. I know that. So I can't wait for you to start doing this more because, and again, it's that belief too. So you have to have that underlying belief that, first of all, self-belief, you believe in yourself and you believe in a higher power of some sort. You know that this is real. It's so real for you. And this is when I started questioning, this is actually the funny part, okay, about before my awakening. I didn't believe, I considered myself an atheist for 10 years because I did not believe in this God that Christians, the God, the way they looked at God in the sky. It's all I only learned the Bible, right? So I was like, there's like, what? This voice just comes in. So the way it was explained to me or taught to me or how I was conditioned, I was like, no, that's not true. But when my awakening happened, I suddenly felt a connection to a higher power and I had to learn who that was. I had to learn what that connection, and as soon as I started to follow that instead of holding on to this man in the sky that, damns us to hell if we sin, right? No, I didn't. I was like, wait a minute. That's not true. Like, it's love. God's not gonna damn me to, whatever. So anyway, that's my belief. And so today, my challenge for you is to be curious today. Start looking up the soul book stuff. But also my bigger challenge is, who is your support team? Like who do you go to for guidance? Because that is who we have to be very careful, right? We have to be careful about who we ask for advice or who we take advice from. Have they done the things that we're doing? So for example, if someone like judges me or talks, makes fun of my videos or something, or tells me that I'm doing something wrong, unless they are doing lives, unless they have a group where they are helping people feel better and they do lives all the time, their opinions and judgments don't mean anything to me, like zero. Like I don't even pay any attention because why? That's them projecting because of their own insecurities. They're not doing what I'm doing. And so yeah, you guys get what I mean. Like, don't ask people that are not where you're at in your life or not doing what you're doing for advice, because that is how we get sucked back down into into depression and anxiety and feeling like we can't speak our truth, right? Because we are putting ourselves, this is a good thing. I'm glad I mentioned this about when we are putting ourselves in situations because we want to help people, but then we end up getting backlash, right? This happened to Darla. This happened to her. And so what she's chosen to do is just not be in that place anymore, because it's like, we have to look out for ourselves, but our belief is so, so, so powerful. And so today, who is your support team? Your human and your spirit. There we go. We'll just do that as a challenge. But then let me know. I really, really, really want you guys to get curious with the Akashic Records, because they can just change your life. Like really, because what it does, it helps you trust yourself more. So, okay guys, I gotta go. Thank you for being here today. See, hear, feel, and know. What's that? You're a combination. I'll have to come up with a label for you. But let me know how today goes, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about purpose and we're talking about meaning to life. So when you don't feel like you have meaning in your life, then that's where we've come to the end. All of the things we've done this week, this is what it all comes up to, is tomorrow. And so you guys, bye. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.